Hello, my Legion of God. This is Gamer Dragon. Welcome back to Let's Play Shadows over Loathing. Go talk to Fancy Dan about the EKC before you go to sleep. Okay. God, this looks stupid. Alright, let's talk to him. Hey, it's you again! Fine, Oliver? Sort of? I don't like the sound of that. Oliver is gone. The handoff went extremely badly. Yeah, that too. You'll go over the events of the fridge at the fridge factory. Fancy Dan makes a variety of faces at various points in your story because Fancy Dan is a good listener. Show him the deed. Oliver was carrying this with him. Dan skins the deed. Says here that ownership of the speakeasy is automatically transferred to whoever has physical possession of this deed. Huh. Is that legal? None of this is legal. Right. I guess you're my new boss now. Oh, but baby. Let's have one and a mourn the old boss and another one to celebrate the new one. Good idea. I guess we ought to change the name since, well, Oliver's place is no longer Oliver's place. I suppose that's right. Got any ideas? Well, you could go traditional and just call it Belinda's place. Or something hip like the Purple Door. Or something indecisive and avant-garde, like, I don't know, Noblesse Oblige? I like the Purple Door better, because purple's my favorite color. Oh, that was just an example, but you're the boss. Now to business. To business! We make the beer in-house, so that's safe. But we're out of everything else, and based on your story, I'd say the stuff at the factory isn't safe to use. Yeah. If you can find booze or mixers or garnishes, bring it back here. Any idea where to get started with that? No, but you might check with Barnaby. Barnaby? Dan points to the milky-eyed sot at the table by the wall. He doesn't see very well, but he's got a nose for news and a sixth sense for booze. You might know where you can. Thanks. Talk to Barnaby. Buy him a drink. You buy him a drink and await his prognostication. What? After a few minutes and a few sips, he clears his throat and speaks. In joyful places, joyful hearts beat beneath the floorboards. I see, I think I see. If you're not caught flat-footed, the truth can sometimes be found at your very feet. That did not help me at all. Hey Dan, your spittoon is kind of inconvenient. No, baby, that spittoon isn't for spitting in. That's got out of style now that mass-produced cigarettes are readily available anyway. No, that's a bona fide and historical artifact. What, really? That's right. Belonged to a famous adventurer in Frisco, just before the turn of the century. Really? Who? Well, nobody's exactly sure. A lot of people think it belonged to MUMFLR FUMPERDINK. That's a strong theory, because if there's one thing we know about that cat, it's that he loves spittoon. MUMFLR FUMPERDINK. But a lot of people will say it belonged to a fellow loved by the last name of Leon. A lot of other people claim it belonged to a whole lot of other people. Or FUMPERDINK. But there's one thing we know about for sure about this platoon. Whoever it was, they didn't use it for spitting into. They wore it as a hat. What? Ew, gross! Right? They sure got into some weird stuff back then. Yeah, no kidding. One moment. Okay, my brain went to the right place. MUMFLR FUMPERDINK is Markiplier. Oh, good grief. Hey, Belinda, before you go to bed, I need you to approve of a new tenant for the storefront next door. What? Why is that up to me? Somebody's got to do it. There's 3 applicants in play for the place. I am never going to get to go to bed. Ever again. Okay, what are they? The first applicant is 10 Things I Had About You. A hat store, I presume? Terrible name. That's a wonderful name. I love that name. The second is Rodkin's Fine Jewelry. A jewelry store could really class up Old Plunkett Street. The last applicant is La Table Enchanté. It's like a high-end kitchen store, magical utensils and like. School with the jeweler sounds fancy. Okay, I'll get them moved in and get the next storefront ready for applicants. Thanks, Charles. God, what a boring ass room. You don't say. All of your favorite pants gone. That is the worst fate to ever happen. Like, can you imagine your favorite pants just gone? Like, if I lost my favorite pair of yoga pants, I don't even do yoga. I just like the pants because they're comfortable. I would just straight up cry. It's Jeff, the kid who used to bully you in 3rd grade. Why would I make amends? Fuck him. Hey Jeff, listen, no hard feelings, okay? I understand in retrospect that you must have had problems at home, and I just want you to know everything's gonna be okay now. I see. Since this is just a dream version of you, you're still as much a jerk as you were in 3rd grade. Just suddenly punches you, knocking out all your teeth. Hey, if this was actually happening, I'd be really mad. You pick up your teeth and walk away. What a jerk. No, what a cunt! It's that spooky nerd from the refrigerator factory. Ugh! Who invited him to your dream? Excuse me, I need to get past you. You do not belong here! In my own dream. I think I'm literally the only person in all of existence who does belong here. This dream is only partially yours. This central vicinity is under different ownership. Whose ownership? I should think it obvious. I've claimed this region of your dream space for myself! And who are you? And you are who? And you are who? Accountant General Terrence Poindexter. Decidedly not at your service. I would tip my hat to you, but you do not merit such a gesture. I mind me, that cap is creepy and evil looking at anyway. Poindexter's eyes narrow. Points the weird device he's holding at his hat. It starts beeping in a fast, irregular pattern. Do I take you to mean that this hat appears unusual to you in a visual sense? Well, duh! Putting it mildly, it looks like an anti-hat. Poindexter arches his an eyebrow. I must inform the president. You want to talk to President Coolidge about your weird hat? You have misapprehended both subject and object. It is the real president I must speak with. And the top of a conversation will be you. Okay? Indeed, you see far too much, in fact. When we meet, I will have prepared a remedy for this complication. Steps off the edge of whatever it is you're standing on and plummets into the nothingness below. Well, that's a troubling bit of foreshadowing. What a clown. This bookshelf is not behaving the way bookshelves do when you're awake. Let's take a closer look. Ooh! You grab a book at random and the bookshelf puffs out of existence. You got vibrations of the nether zones. It's hard to tell what this book is about because it won't stop shaking. Fred's combat skill, Jazz Hands, increases your moxie by 3%. Well, the only way to interact with your inventory during a dream is if you have convinced Freddy to hold it for you. Oh, brother. I don't even know who Freddy is! And fuck him! Are you? Alarmingly, a man in an expensive suit is standing at the foot of your bed. Who the fuck are you? You may call me Don Toblerone. I represent a certain organization of, shall we say, like-minded criminals. Organized criminals. Like the mob. Wait. You're the Don of the local mob? The mob boss is in my room personally. No. I am not the Don. That is merely my... It's an abbreviation for Donald. That's confusing. It has been a matter of some confusion, yes? I do have a... But I don't care very much for it. What is it? Donny Thesaurus. I'm gonna hazard a guess that they call you that because you like long words. That is very astute of you. Of course, this institution comes as no surprise to me. My associators tell me you handled yourself well during the conflagration at the refrigerator manufacturer. And I am here to propound your consideration in a certain proposition. Come again? I'm here to make you an offer. Oh, can I refuse it? Certainly. Though your refusation would be, shall we say, unadvisory. What's the offer? From time to time, my colleagues and I have certain requirements but lack the necessary manpower to achieve them. At such junctures, we make lucrative arrangements with certain capable individuals. We find ourselves at this moment at a juncture such as the junctures I have thus abscribed. So you want me to do contract work for the mob? Exactingly. Okay, sure, why not? At least the mob gets shit done. An excellent decision, if I must articulate such. So what happens now? Just sit tight, as they say. We will call upon you, telephonically, gives you a curt nod, then leaves the room through the window. Takes him 3 or 4 tries to work the latch. Okay then. I hate how barren this room is. Hey there, Belinda. How'd you sleep? Fine, until a mob guy crawled in my bedroom window. Oh yeah, that window is pretty lousy. Anyway, the next antique I need you to find is a compass. The directions kind, not the circles kind. The Detect Otron says it's out near Crystal Dream Lake. Boy. I don't know where that is, but I bet it's too far to walk. Do you have a car I can borrow? No, but I have something even better than that. 2 cars? A bus pass? The stop out front is your gateway to a whole wide world of adventure. Swell, thanks. Where do I go when I get there? Unfortunately, I couldn't get a more specific reading than near the lake. Nothing about the place is making the instruments go all screwy. Here, take this map. Crystal Dream Lake postcard. Unlike Crystal Dream Lake Lighthouse. This is a postcard. It has a map of the lake on it. It has a picture of the lake on it. Yeah, that's what a map is. A picture of a place. I can't argue with that logic. Yes, I can! You check the message pad next to the phone. There's a note for you. Call Dawn T with a number on. With a phone number. Call them all back. You dial the number. Salutations. Whom is telephoning, might I inquire? Can you speak normally? Hi, Dawn. It's me, Belinda. Ah. You reciprocated my missive. Commendable. Yeah. What's up? There's an assignment of which I require your information. Yes? Were a comedic sort, I might refer to it as an undertaking. Ha ha. I'm glad you aren't the comedic sort. There is an antiquated distillery near Crystal Dream Lake. Grandpa Joe's Distillery, to be precocious. It was abandoned when Prohibition began, albeit with its liquor manufacturing equipment intact. A group of contrapositive to our own has claimed it as their territory, and we wish these bloodsuckers to be evicted with extreme prejudice. So you want me to give the bums rush to a bunch of rival mob goons? There is no underground criminal organization that rivals our own in this vicinity. When I say bloodsuckers, it is my intentioning that you will observe in this phraseology a high degree of literalness. The group to which I referenced are Nosferatu. What? Nosferatu, Lenxure, Strigoi, Dracula. Vampires! Okay, I get it! You tell me there are actual vampires in this part of the world. Affirmative. They have been a pain in our necks for quite an extensive period of time. Oh. I appear to have inadvertently voiced another witticism. I didn't notice. Alright, I'll take care of your vampires. I guess that isn't much weirder than the fishmen. Where's the distillery? Dawn Tolbarone gives you directions to the place eventually. Additional to that, you will be questioning the combination for the lock. Let me guess. Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? Certainly not. Kindly allows us the credit for a modium of operational scrutinizing. We selected the most assailable combination possible. 99999. Alright, bye! What the fuck? Gab with Gabby. It's the Beansies, Belinda! Alright. So how'd you get mixed up with Murray in the whole antique store deal, Gabby? Oh!
It coincided. Gabby was looking just at old clothes and heard over Murray and Jessica talking about a mysterious thing to get. It had an adventure smell. Then Murray said, "We're going to need some muscle for this." And Gabby says, "Gabby has several muscles. Strong ones." And that was that. That was what it was. Gabby has been helping him since then.
Okay then. Blonde flapper cracks her chewing gum, then gives you a sharky grin with a little wave.
Hey there, kitty cat. You're Belinda Scale, right?
Yeah?
Pleased to meet ya. I'm Molly. Molly Buttons, they call me.
Charm. So how do you know my name?
The boss sent me to lend you a hand. And to keep an eye on you, savvy?
What? Hey, now I'm putting it in my 2 weeks notice before I let Poughkeepsie fair and square.
Huh? No, not that boss, Dora. The boss.
The boss?
You know, the mob boss. Oh, the boss. Sheesh, I can't tell if you got a screw loose or if you're just funning with me.
I like to keep people guessing. So what? You're supposed to partner up with me?
That's the deal, McDeal.
And do what? What's a 20-something girl like you doing working for the mob anyway?
Hey now, I just seen a pretty face.
She pulls a Tommy gun with a full-size drum magazine from behind her back, gives it a flip in the air, and catches it with a mad glitter in her eyes. Holy jeez. What that away before someone sees it. Christ. You have to whisper, "the boss," but you're fine with waving a machine gun around in public?
So, we teaming up or what?
Sure, why not? Welcome to the party of fucking weirdos. Molly has joined you as a companion.
Peachy! You want I should come with you right now? Or cool my heels at the purple door for a while?
Come with me now, I guess.
Hey, Gabby, mind waiting for me at the purple door? Okay, you have it. You got it. Let's hit the bricks.
This reminds you of your favorite Sherlock Holmes story, The Case of Assorted Jewelry.
Hi, my name's Belinda. Hello, I'm Dorothy Rodkin. If you want a ring or amulet or whatever, old Dottie Rods will fix you right up.
Cool. What do you have for sale? Not a lot, actually. Ooh. This is a way to show people that you could afford a more expensive tie if you want, even if you're already wearing the most expensive possible tie. What do we even have for my... Oh. What do you mean I can't remember where I got it? Oh wow, I have like no experience points. Take a bus somewhere. Go to Crystal Stream Lake. The spoopy forest. Wait, why are we in a forest? Yeah, I should probably introduce myself. The Lighthouse Keeper, presumably. Excuse me, are you the Lighthouse Keeper? Sorry to bother you, my name's Belinda Scale. Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather. Are you okay? I just ain't talked out loud in a while. I get rusty. I see. Lighthouse keeping's a lonely job, huh? Well, it's solitary, that's for sure. I ain't mind it, though. Ain't exactly a people person. What can I do for you? Have you seen an old compass around? Oh, actually, I am curious about it. Well, what does a lighthouse keeper actually do? Well, I used to be I had to light the lamp every sundown and then douse it again at sunrise, save fuel. It used to be? When it was an oil lamp. We got hooked up to an electrical grid a couple years ago now, though. So now I just leave it on all the time. About all I have to do now is change the bulb once in a while. That's peaceful. That it is. Nice and quiet and plenty of time on my hands. You must have a bunch of hobbies, huh? Got a book. And a whittling knife. And plenty of middle distance to stare into. How'd you get into this line of work? Oh, my family's always been lighthouse keepers. On both sides. Mom and Pa kept lighthouses within sight of each other. Used to weak lights back and forth once in a while. Aw, that's kind of romantic. Yeah, I never did find out how I was actually born. What? Anyway, was there something you needed? Have you seen an old compass around? The directions kind or the circles kind? The directions. Oh yeah. Got an old one I picked up at an estate sale, 20 odd years ago, I reckon. I'd show it to you, but it's upstairs and the lighthouse is flooded. Flooded? Yep. Filled right up to the top. I'll look through the window there and you might see a fish pass by. How did that even happen? Pump broke? No, I mean, how does a lighthouse just fill up with water? We aren't even below sea level here. Something to do with the tides, I reckon. This is a lake. Anyway, ow. I need a Glaxon valve to fix the pipe. There's a hardware store down on the road at Peace if you have the mind to help out. What? Through the window, you can see that the lighthouse tower is entirely filled with water. The lighthouse keeper has put a little cork in the keyhole. How in the fuck even? This is a nice chest set. Did you whittle the pieces yourself? Yep. Took me 16 years. It took you 6 months to carve each piece. Bonds went quicker than the tall ones, but more or less, yeah. Horses were particularly tricky. No sense in rushing it. Guess not. It's an arcane's oven. Ooh. Check the mirror. Oh, hey, there you are! Single book. War and Peace, huh? That's a hefty one. Find the bookmark now. Oh, of course. Oh, well, it looks like you just started. Been reading it about 5.5 years. Your bookmark is still in chapter 1. I just about got up to the last sentence of it. I've been reading one word every day. War and Peace is almost 600,000 words long. Don't tell me how it ends. I won't. So, up to the hardware store. Oh boy. You pull up short, having nearly walked straight into a huge spider web while you weren't paying attention. Although I guess some part of you was paying attention. Good job, whatever part that was. You turn and head in another direction and soon find yourself stopped by another big spider web. So you turn around and try another direction. Up that path ends in a big spider web as well. Looks like the attention paying part hurt if you wasn't paying attention enough of it to keep you from getting lost in a huge spider web maze. Maybe in the future you should pay attention to these things yourself instead of just delegating. solve the maze. With some careful mental mapping, you eventually manage to navigate your way out of the maze. Somewhere nearby, you hear a chittering noise that is probably the spider equivalent of shucks. Crystal Dream Lake, that's a really beautiful name. After a short hike, you find a small hardware store nestled in the sparse woods around the lake. It's a very model of a down-home country hardware store, except it doesn't have any old-timers sitting out front and chewing the fat. Maybe it's their off day, or maybe they ran out of fat. Let's look around. More strange symbols. Barrel has a joke price tag on it, 10,000 meat. Yeah, okay. It's a barrel of rusty nuts and bolts in case you want to buy some garbage, I guess. Paints in all of this season's trendiest patented colors, such as pumpkin vermilion and cerulean black and forest scarlet. You don't understand the purpose of any of these tools. That's because they don't make any sense. You're the proprietor, I assume? Yeah! Welcome to Valley Hardware, the best hardware store in Crystal Dream Valley. Because it's the only hardware store in the valley? No, because it's the only hardware store in... Ah, shucks, you preempted my joke. Sorry. Haha, nah, no hard feelings. Good to see a new face around. What can I do for ya? Ask about the valve. I need a pump valve for the lighthouse keeper. Oh sure, what kind do you need? Oh shit, I didn't fucking think about ask. Well, might as well see what he has for sale. Battery, comfy hat lining. Ooh. Allows electrical currents to work properly. Self-adhesive rivets. It's always good to have some of these on hand in case you need to do some emergency pants repair. Very useful. For people who value their toes a lot more than they value the rest of their feet. Fuck. I have to go all the way back to the lighthouse. That's what kind of valve he needs. Molly points out a sign posted at the fork in the trail. Sandwich Historical Village and Witch Trial Museum. Ooh, witches! Let's go check it out. I like that kind of spooky stuff. It's the berries. Gets the blood pumping, you know. Well, if they have a haunted house, you promise not to shoot any of the actors? No promises! Oh, she'd be that kind of person that that haunts would throw out. Well, let's check it out then. Sandwich Museum. The village of Sandwich was home to a terrifying witch cult until all the inhabitants were convicted and executed in the witch trials of 1692. And the village stood empty and uninhabited for hundreds of years. Come explore the town and learn more. Alrighty. This is a horse trial. Actually, it's a water trial. I don't know why I said that other thing just now. This house was the residence of the Danforth family. Step inside to learn more. Shelves laden with identical jars of white stuff. The Danforth residence has been converted into a gift shop for your convenience. Why not take home a jar of sandwich cream that was the village's chief export? Besides witchcraft? A black cat is staring at you, staring glumly at an empty dish labeled Hecate. An elderly woman smiles from behind a can opener. Rubbing paper? This special piece of paper is for making rubbings of historical graves and such like that. Thanks to advancements in rubbing technology, you don't need charcoal or anything. This condiment it's to be the perfect topping for any sandwich, but the ingredient list suggests that it's old congealed cream. We'll come back for the rubbing paper eventually. Putnam House was partially burned down under extremely witchy circumstances. Hi there! Hello, welcome to the Putnam House. Please don't touch the exhibits. Alright. Excuse me, sorry, ma'am. I just get paid to stand here and keep an eye on things. I don't actually know anything about the exhibits. Huh. Guess that won't work. Everything in this house was destroyed by the fire except these two objects, which were found concealed inside a metal box. Why did you open that metal box? Why? And I'm guessing it was found in this fucking chimney. There's an antique rag doll on display here. Take a look. This rag doll has a bunch of old pins and needles stuck into it for some reason has the word boring embroidered across its front. The little plaque on the front of the plinth says, which is frequently used these special dolls called poppets to curse their enemies. This one was apparently made to target Mrs. or Miss Boring, though no one of that name is listed in the town records. And then in the tiny text at the bottom of the plaque, events were not found with the poppet, they were added for demonstration purposes. Interesting. This plinth has a little book on it. Good luck. It appears to be someone's diary. Oh yeah, the little description on the front of the plinth says Diary of Delia Putnam, so that confirms it. Mostly it doesn't look interesting enough to be worth deciphering the archaic handwriting and spelling, so you flip ahead to the last page. 6th of March, 1692. Ugh, I hate that Peter Proctor so much. He thinks it can just go around being as mean as he wants to everyone just because he has lots of money and lives in a big house and all. I should have a much stronger curse. I should have used a much stronger curse. It would have been worth the trouble. Okay. Okay. I mean, I doubt the papers go far. That newspaper goes back that far, but... What is this? Well, we actually use this well for water, so please don't throw meat into it. Nice gazebo. Traces of strange plant matter in these tubs prove they were used for brewing all kinds of horrible potions. I am sure they were. Sandwiches Church also served as an it's town hall, courtroom, racquetball court, and dark sorcery place. This sign is written in rough black wax. Today is the trial of Patricia Williams, who stands accused. The rest of the sign is too withered and decayed to read. Who cares? In 1692, the inhabitants of Sandwich were executed in the witch trials that were popular at the time, as evidenced by this old sign. Who cares? The altar where the town's witches performed their horrifying sacrifices. Note the bloodstains. Someone did not do the research on witches. An old and dilapidated church altar. There's some brown splotches in the corner that could possibly be bloodstains. Sure, whatever. Okay. Bunch of fucking hoo-ha. The wealthy Proctor family owned the biggest and most conveniently toilet-adjacent house in the village. This chessboard has clearly been left out on display as an allegory for the battle between good and evil. Black is winning, representing a warning for all the good-hearted people to be vigilant against the encroaching forces of darkness. Uh-huh. Are you sure you're not just reading a little too deep into it? This Aras appears to depict several important ancestors of the Proctor family line. Though due to the low resolution of embroidery used at the time, it's impossible to discern exactly who. Check the footnote. It's been pointed out to us that this Aras is unlikely to have been manufactured in the capital of Pas-de-Clair, this department of northern France, and therefore is really a sparkling tapestry. According to the county records, these are the most expensive stairs in the county. They go up a full 1.5 floors. Stairs to the 2.5 floor. Alright. These stairs just keep going until they hit the wall. Seems like rich people just have just always had a weird taste. Clearly. The upstairs rooms are off limits while we catalog the contents. Please pardon our dust. This room is not part of the tour, and also not part of the... What? This was the Proctor's spare room, where they kept all spares of all the expensive things that they owned. Bedroom of Peter Proctor. Mr. Proctor's bedroom, home to the country's most expensive collection of cravats. Mrs. Proctor's bedroom is especially off limits while we figure out how to deal with the strange mold we found behind the wallpaper. This bedroom was traditionally given to the servants, as it felt by the Proctors that it would be less of a tragedy if they got up in the middle of the night and fell down the stairs. Fucking cunts. So it's a house belonging to a bunch of worthless stains. Sandwich boasted the country's very first tripartite outhouse. Please do not attempt to use. It is very old. A more modern convenience has been provided for your modern convenience. Huh. All 3 doors go to the same place. Do you have any interest in investigating the area downwind of that outhouse? This episode's not very funny. This leads to a little cemetery behind the church. Check it out. Oh, wow. Welcome to the Sandwich Cemetery. Please be respectful of the graves. Also, check out how many of them were terrifying witches who were executed in the witch trials of blah, blah, blah. Fuck you. Thomas Danforth, Clarence Danforth, Teresa Danforth, Patience Danforth, Bartholomew Danforth. Proctor, our town founder. Who cares about this loser? Nicholas Proctor. What the heck? He lived to be 230 years old? How in the fuck, Nuggets? Lisa, Abigail, Beatrice, Peter Proctor. He was a duty-headed till the very end. Delia, Millicent, John, Joseph, Marianne. The tombstone is covered in lichen. Weird. So this was a giant waste of time. Back to the lighthouse. And no more distractions! Ah! got my wish. What kind of valve was it you needed? Waxen. Okay, I guess writing that down so I remember it. Will any other kind work? Nope. It's a Glaxon pump. Nope, needs a Glaxon valve. Wait, is that the style of valve or a brand name? Both. Ugh. Proprietary hardware is the worst. Yep. Someone has set up a little lakeside refreshment stand here. Although from its abandoned state, it doesn't look like there's been much refreshing going on in a while. Also, depending on where you get this random encounter, it might not be particularly near the lake. Maybe that's why. There's a meat-operated red cola cooler here, though, which still looks to be in working order. Check the meat return slot. Hey! The meat return actually has red meat. Lucky break. Continue on your way. I don't need no fucking cola. Alright. Blackston valve. Blackston valve? Well, shucks, they stopped making those things nearly a decade ago. I guess there's a slight chance there's still one in the back room. Ain't been back there since termites got it out at the inventory. Maybe after it got flooded. Anyway, it's a real biblical style of disaster back there. Here, I'll unlock the door for you so you can take a look around. If you find a Glaxon valve in that mess, you're welcome to it. Thanks. Mind your stuff in there. Good grief. Oh, good grief! Waterlogged garbage. Storing a collection of mildewed clothes. Nasty trash. Seepage has caused this concrete to become set in its ways. Blow its mind! You open the concrete's mind to the wonders of the world. It feels stronger and more capable now, and we got a powerful grit. Even though it's just inert powder, you're still pretty sure it's going to bully you. Good thing you don't care what month it is, because this calendar is worthless. Shelf is empty. It's trash. A bunch of doors. How much of a door has to be gone before it doesn't count as a door anymore? I would say that's not a door anymore. Something's wrong with this door in a way that termites and flooding doesn't readily explain. Step through it. Oh goody. You step through the hole in the door and immediately feel a sickening lurch in your stomach and a burst of "this was a bad idea" in your mind. Like when you hit the first drop up on a traveling carnival's rusty and hastily assembled roller coaster. After a moment, when the feeling has subsided enough, you open your eyes and look around. It looks like you're still in the same place you were, except someone's came in and cleaned everything up while you weren't looking. Huh. $19.17 on the wall. It looks brand new. Oh. Make some stuff. Ooh. Cool. Stop making stuff. As you leave the storeroom, the shopkeeper spins around and you both stare at each other in surprise. You because the shopkeeper looks quite a bit younger than when he did when you went in there, and him because, hey now, What the heck were you doing in my back room? How'd you get it back there without me seeing you? I'm a termite inspector? I'd call for any termite inspector. No, I do surprise inspection, so the termites won't find out in advance. Well, how'd you get past me? I'm very good at my job. Huh. I don't expect you found any termites. I make my own custom pesticide. Yes, it seems to be pretty effective. I might have to go back in there for a follow-up check later, though. That's fine, I suppose. Just don't move stuff around too much. I like to keep it tidy back there. No problem. Huh. I saw it on this barrel says not for sale. There doesn't seem to be anything on the other side of the door. Or weird. Anyway, talk to him. Welcome to Valley Hardware, best hardware store in Crystal Dream Valley. Why is that? Well, shucks, nobody's ever asked me to justify that claim before. Is it because it's the only hardware store in the valley? Ha! That's a good one. I'll have to remember that. I'm sure you will. What can I do for you? I'd like to buy one of those new Glaxon valves. Sorry. Government fellas bought my entire stock. What? Yeah, for a big dam they're building. I can order you one though. How long would that take? 6 to 8 weeks. Would you mind holding onto it for me if I'm not back right away? Oh, sure, that's no problem. How long you figure? 11 years. What? No, forget. And how I said that's not a problem. I'm nuts. Listen, I can tell you they bought out a heap more Glaxon valves than what that they're gonna need for the dam. If you go up to the worksite, you might get the foreman to sell you one of their spares. Where is it? Southeast end of the valley. Got a map? Well, I have a postcard. Crystal Dream Lake. Never heard of that. But it's got a little picture of a dam on it there, see? About the same place relative to here. Great, thanks. That's about the outhouse rentals. You're renting out outhouses? I mean, you're renting out outhouses? Yeah, at least I was. Now that indoor plumbing's started to get popular, there's no market for them anymore. Just got the one left, and after that I'm calling it quits for it. I'm putting up new ones. Can I rent the last one? It'll be 200 meat up front for the installation, and half that each month afterward for maintenance. What maintenance do you do? I dump some powder lime down the hole, clean out the ventilation pipes, and check for splinters. And once it starts to get full, I'll move the outhouse over a couple of yards and dig a new one for you. What do you have for sale right now? Same crap. Oh, that was weird. That's so fucking weird. Oh, good grief. Two things which are hard to describe, but let's say they're more or less like smoking holes in space, through which you can see the faint light of distant and dying stars float up to you with an air of menace. The two orbs squint at you, and Mr. Poindexter's voice echoes inside your head in a way that makes your eardrums itch. Ah, Miss Scale. Clearly you did not recognize the warning inherent in our last meeting. How predictable you are. Did you predict hand gestures? I suppose you think you're clever. I dislike clever people. Well, that makes sense. Sometimes we just hate what we don't have. Oh, brother, that was that was terrible. Well, that makes sense considering how you're so deeply in love with yourself. Miss Scale, you are interfering in affairs that do not concern you. And they are affairs, and they are the affairs of the very important and powerful people. I'm just trying to find my uncle. How about you creeps stop interfering with my affairs? This is your final warning, Miss Scale. We are not playing games. That's a shame. I could teach you a pretty good one. It's called 52 Pickup. You whip out a deck of cards and spray them at the orbs, which flinch and sputter in the cloud of white cardstock. By the time Poindexter recovers his composure, you're gone. Why, you dirty, uncouth little... Next time we meet, I'll put you in your place! And I'm adding littering to your list of crimes. That was so stupid. This what-do-you-call-it is huge! Damn! The straight pie has some nasty goo coming out of it. Ooh. Beautiful flower stands in defiance of the reigning in of nature. It smells as good as it looks. More strange marks. I think it would be a bad idea to grab the valves from these. Hey Molly, everything alright?
Just well, kitty.
You looking to beat your gumps?
Sure. Better keep your peepers peeled, kitten. These woods are a good place for an ambush. Of us or by us. Which would you rather?
Some strange marks have been drawn on the dam in what looks like charcoal. I know there are those time doors. Let's hope that repeated exposure to these isn't going to give your ancestors cancer. Nope, never mind. Ow! The tour is being delivered. Pipe shoes. What's inside? Huh. This is probably not what they meant to order. You got the item pipe shoes. These don't make any sense, but you're just gonna have to roll with it. Helps you get around. I guess it stands to reason that a structure this big would need more than one truck's worth of concrete. This one's empty. Some careless damn worker has a their toolbox. They lost my game. Disposable ratchet. 11-in-1 oil. This truck is even heavier than a regular truck. Hey! Poindexter says nobody who ain't on the crew is allowed to get out on the site. Poindexter? Yeah, Poindexter. The foreman. Darren's Poindexter. Jeez. Man clutches his stomach. Are you alright? Just starving is all. Rest of the crew went to lunch, but somebody had to stay here and keep all the rubberneckers and looky-loos off the site. I drew the short pants. Short pants? You mean straw? Now we've got these 6 little pairs of pants we found when we cleared out a nest of fairies. Can I have them? No! Because then we'd have no way of picking in who stands guard. Man, I can't believe how hungry I am. Feels like I'm gonna turn inside out. What about the table over there that says lunch? There's a reason everybody else left the site to eat, pal. You don't want to eat what Poindexter considers lunch. How bad could it be? Jelly deals or something? Man, I'd kill for a jelly eel. Poindexter brings these little bottles of sludge. He says, how does it go? He says, the point of eating is nutrition. Making sustenance pleasurable is a pointless waste of time and resources. Jeez, he's a real riot at parties, that guy. That sounds awful. That's because it is awful. him the cheese loaf, because I want the pears. You offer him the cheese loaf. Oh wow, thank you! He greedily devours it. His stomach is still growling. God damn. Homemade cookie? Oh wow, thank you. Oh god damn it. I'm gonna have to give him my goddamn pears! If you had to describe his current mood, you'd probably say he's 60% sleepy and 40% hungry. Chum? He's almost asleep. I'll push you to pace. Okay, fine, you talked me out of it. Maybe there's some food at the distillery. Oh, good grief. You hear raised voices and the sounds of a commotion nearby, and head in that direction to check it out. As you get nearer, the voices become clearer. Someone's yelling for help! You pick up the pace and soon find a small glade in the middle of the woods filled with odd little structures and large, beautifully colored butterflies. He feels a bit off about the whole scene though, so instead of rushing in, you crouch in the bushes and creep around the perimeter looking for the source of yelling. One group of the butterflies is nearer to the bushes than the others, and as you get closer, you can see that they have little human bodies. They're fairies! Wow, real fairies! Just like in, you know, the fairy tales. They seem to be giggling maniacally about something. Listen in.
I didn't think we ought to mess with them, Mike. They're creepy.
Ah, shut up, Jim. I ain't afraid of some weird butterflies. Ahem! That sounded uncannily like regular-sized human voices. Weird? Are they mimics or like parrots?
Hey! Get off of my ear, you little varmint! What the? Ah! My eye! My eye! Ah! Get it off! Get it off!
Huh. It always seemed much nicer in the bedtime stories. Oh my god! It is all... Oh, good fucking grief. But that's where I'm going to end today's video, so thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification icon, and share this video with someone who might enjoy the series. I'm Gamer Dragon, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!